High-speed police chases are quite literally spinning out of control on interstates every week. State police are using a risky maneuver to hit and spin a car off the road.
It often ends in crashes that sometimes not everyone walks away from. FOX16 Investigates Susan L. Corey uncovers how troopers keep picking up the speed.
We're talking about a maneuver that's so risky, it's been banned by many agencies across the country. We wanted to talk to state police about this, but the department turned down an interview and instead sent us a statement explaining how its policy is safe, and officers have had to resort to this more because more drivers aren't stopping when they get pulled over.
In a flash, the car speeds by, followed by a line of police. It's a traffic stop turned high-speed chase from Sherwood into Little Rock, where it speeds of 120 miles per hour. State Police Trooper Kyle Ellison forced it to end. This is what was left of the fleeing car.
It was really horrific. Like, to know that my child was in that car.
LaTanya Brooks' son, 22-year-old Brian, was at the wheel.
Where it jumped and he crashed into the tree.
It all started when a Sherwood police officer tried to pull him over for driving with his high beams on. No one will ever know why Brian didn't stop.
It cost my son's life for no reason at all.
It's been 2 years since the crash in November 2019. Brian's death was ruled a homicide by the Pulaski County coroner, a detail Trooper Ellison left off his report. Ellison's solution was a pit maneuver, short for precision immobilization technique. It works by the trooper turning into the back quarter of the fleeing car, which forces it to spin out and ends the pursuit. But it's also something that's led to deadly consequences.
The pit is a risky maneuver, period. It is.
Rick Giovingo spent years studying and teaching pits at the federal law enforcement training centers.
The speed, people in the car, the crime that's been committed, those are things all have to be taken into consideration by the officer before they do the pit.
We searched how often pits are happening in Arkansas and found in the past 4 years, state police attempted to or pitted drivers at least 306 times. Almost half of those were last year. Records show many started as minor traffic violations. That's what happened here when Senior Corporal Rodney Dunn said he clocked a driver speeding. His dashcam video shows the SUV slowed down and flashed hazards. He followed for 3 minutes, then pitted the SUV, which caused it to spin into a concrete barrier and flip. The video kept rolling as the driver, who was pregnant, explained why she didn't stop.
I just didn't feel like the shoulder was big enough with the wall.
What happens when people don't stop for us?
You wreck us?
We hit the vehicle.
In the past 4 years, there have been at least 18 cases with children in the car, like this one, where an infant was thrown from an SUV. One of 3 people injured in that pit. Speed was also a factor. Records show most pits happened above 60 miles per hour, with some topping 100 to 120.
Do you think that there should be caps on the speed?
Yes, absolutely. The higher the speed, the higher the risk.
Giovingo says officers at the federal law enforcement training centers learn with top speeds around 40 miles an hour. Only the most advanced are allowed to go faster.
We still don't go above 60 miles an hour. That's generally the highest it will go.
For ASP, there's no limit on speed during pits. Back on that November night after the pit on Brian's car, Trooper Ellison can be heard on the phone with his supervisor.
How fast were you when you pitted him?
About 120.
Okay. It is what it is. We can't dictate that.
Hours after that call, Brian died at the hospital. He's one of at least 5 people killed when state police used a pit in the past 4 years.
Somebody killed my child. And I wake up with that every day.
Less than 24 hours from the crash, Trooper Ellison pitted another car while going 90 miles per hour. The driver and passenger both walked away unharmed.
So whose child is next?
ASP went on to award Trooper Ellison the Trooper's Cross, given for courage.
Got you some help coming, okay, man? Can you hear me?
Saying it's because of his actions hitting Brian's car and then helping pull him from the wreck. At home, Brooks now sits in a room she transformed into a memorial.
Everybody that knows Brian knows he's a Lakers fan and he's a Kobe's fan.
Her son's memory driving her to keep questioning what happened that night in November.
You had his address. So if it was that serious, you could have came to the house and got it.
Knowing the choice to not stop cost her son his life, but wondering if there could have been another ending.
I pray something changes, because it has to change. Something has to change.
Pits have been used by ASP for about 20 years. We started pulling records in January. A month later, ASP changed its policy. Now, any pit that leads to serious injuries or death must be turned over to the prosecutor's office, and the officer involved will be placed on administrative leave. Before 2021, those weren't requirements, but now fall in line with other ASP policies on deadly force. Back to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Thank you, Susan. Here's some additional information. Currently, there's no state or federal requirement that mandates police track the number of pit maneuvers. There are likely additional cases of pits that weren't sent to us.
We were only given one case that happened this year. ASP explained it can only pull records of pits that have been investigated by the department, and that process can take months. ASP declined an interview, but the department director, Colonel Bill Bryant, sent us a statement. He wrote, "In every case a state trooper has used a pit maneuver, the fleeing driver could have chosen to end the pursuit by doing what all law-abiding citizens do every day. When a police officer turns on the blue lights, they pull over and stop." You can read his full statement and find out more details on what we uncovered about pits on our website, FOX16.com.
And if you have something that you would like Susan to investigate, you can email us at investigations@fox16.com, or you can call the number right there on your screen.